Good afternoon everybody, this is Simon Ward from thetriathloncoach.com and CompuTrainer, and today I'd like to show you one of the functions that we have on the CompuTrainer, which is known as coaching software. Now, the 3D facility that we have is the one that most people use. It gives you the opportunity to pick a course which is then displayed on the screen with 3D graphics. You can ride the course, and most people will ride it at their set heart rate or their set wattage, and that's it. However, I'm going to show you something now which can add a whole new dimension to your training. So if we're going to look to the screen here on my right, so this course, you can see here where the cursor is, 33.68 miles, and up at the top here you can see the profile. It's hilly, undulating, I would say. Generally goes uphill until about this point here, and then it starts to go downhill. So having saved this performance, I can then open up the coaching software, and what we'll do is we'll go back. I'll show you how to do this. You need to be in what we call a saved file here, and then you go to Start and press Charts. Then you look through all of the saved performances. I'm going to find the one for me, which was this one here on the 11th of August. Click on that, and it takes a few seconds to load. And then we have all the data on the screen. So if you look at these little buttons down the side here, you can see that all of them are red at the moment, and there's no data on the screen. So the most important thing that I work to is wattage. Now, today's goal was to ride for 20 minutes, building up my power to this point here. At that point I was going to ride for 20 minutes. You can see that the power output gets much more even there. I was trying to keep my power above 230 watts, somewhere between 230 and 240. Then I got another 20 minutes of just steady riding. That's undulating air, which is why the power goes up and down. Then another 20 minutes keeping it above 230, and finally worked out at about another 20 minutes to the finish. So that was really good. 230 is just above my aerobic. 230 is just above my aerobic threshold, so which is about 220, 215, 220 watts. So I wanted to be pushing that a little bit. It requires concentration. Actually, now that I've done the session, I feel pretty good. My legs are a bit tired, but if we go back to the screen now, what this does is allows me to see, okay, I managed to keep my watts. If I click on this one here, you can see my heart rate. You can see probably here it's rising in my warm-up. From there, these little dropouts are where the heart rate didn't pick up. You can see throughout the 20-minute section here, in line with this, my heart rate was rising, and it got up to, if you look down here, you can see that it got up to about down there 141, 142, which is just about 80-81%, which is great. That's a good guide. Here it was dropping, and it was averaging out about 130, which is well inside my aerobic threshold. And then on the second 20-minute effort, my heart rate was getting up to 146, so a little bit higher as I got hotter and more tired. And then you can see that my heart rate was coming down. So the benefits of this: number one, I can look at what was happening to my performance. I can go back and analyse it afterwards and make sure that I was in the right zone. Number two, I can check that I use my heart rate as a guide to how hard I was working, and that the way my heart rate was there means that the session was just about right. But number three, and probably most important, and the one which is really important for motivation, is that I can now use this session again in the future. So in 4 weeks' time, when I've got an extra 4 weeks of training, hopefully I'm a little bit fitter, I can set that up to have my today's ride riding against my previous ride, and I can try to hit the same wattage, and hopefully my heart rate will be lower, which indicates an improvement, or I can try and hit the same heart rates, and hopefully my wattage will be a little bit higher. So you can see the coaching software is an important functionality that you can use. It helps you to get more out of your training, and hopefully it will provide some motivation, and it truly is one of the reasons why CompuTrainer is so good at helping you boost your power output. And rock on for the 10% performance improvement guarantee in 5 months.